let's be honest for a second. Confidence is like the holy grail. Everyone wants it, but no one knows how to actually get it. You've probably tried everything. Listened to motivational podcasts, maybe even spend way too much time reading articles like 10 easy steps to confidence. And before you know it, you found yourself doing superhero poses in your bedroom, convinced that standing like Superman for 2 minutes would make you invincible. But it doesn't. Unless by invincible you mean able to look constipated in front of a mirror. I've been there. You get all hyped, telling yourself, this is it. I'm about to be the most confident person ever. And an hour later, you're second guessing whether it's too aggressive to reply LOL in a group chat. Confidence is like sugar rush. Super intense for a second, but crushes harder than you expect. But before we dive into the whole how to be confident thing, let's break down what confidence actually is. And for that, I went to the real expert. Yes, I'm talking about ChatGPT. What is confidence? And his response was pretty solid. Confidence is basically feeling sure about yourself and your abilities. It's like you're the star of your own movie, just minus the dramatic slow motion walks and explosions. Okay, cool, but let's cut the Hollywood fluff. In real life, you don't need to feel like you're in an action movie. You just want to talk to someone at a party without malfunctioning like a broken robot. Or survive a conversation without getting steamrolled 12 times in 5 minutes. Confidence in those moments feels more like trying to defuse a bomb with a spoon. You're not sure what you're doing, but you're hoping for the best. Now, here's the kicker. You can't sit there and think your way into confidence. It's not like you're trying to go Super Saiyan by screaming until your hair turns blonde and spiky. Life is not an anime. Unfortunately, trust me, I've tried. Confidence doesn't magically appear just because you really want it. It's built from actually doing things, not from watching a bunch of motivational speeches while downing an entire family-sized bag of Doritos. Think of it this way. You can read a cookbook and expect to become Gordon Ramsay without ever touching a frying pan. No, you've gotta get in the kitchen, burn some toast a few times, and maybe even set off a fire alarm before you get the hang of it. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Great, so you're saying I need to fail a bunch before I get confident? Well, yeah, pretty much. But wait, don't freak out. Let me introduce you to a little concept called confidence spillover. Basically, it means you're confident in one area bleeds into other area. So, if you're crushing it at work or you can bench press a small horse, that confidence is gonna spread to other parts of your life. Suddenly, you're walking into Starbucks like, yeah, I can handle this complicated coffee order without sounding awkward. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what if I fail 100 times in a row? How's that helping? Well, if you get rejected by 100 girls in a row, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, that's rough. But here is the twist. Even when you fail, you're still learning. You get hit in the face by life, but next time, you know how to dodge. It's like playing video games. Every time you lose, you hit the controller, but you try again and again because you know the pleasure you get is worth all the tension. Real life has something similar. Now, let's break this down into steps of confidence. It's not rocket science, but it does take some work. Step 1. Speak up, even if your voice cracks. First off, talking seems simple. But for most people, conversation with strangers, or even worse, people they're trying to impress, feel like stepping into a minefield. If you can speak clearly and confidently, you've already won half the battle. Even if you mess up your words, own it. If you trip over your own feet mid-conversation, laugh it off. Trust me, people love someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously. 2. Lift heavy things and don't drop them on your feet. Next up, physical confidence. If you're feeling scrawny or out of shape, guess what? Confidence can be built at the gym. You don't need to turn into the Rock, but lifting weights and getting stronger will change how you feel about yourself. It's like walking around with invisible armor. You might not become a Marvel superhero, but you'll at least feel like you can carry all your grocery in one trip, and that's a superpower in itself. 3. Dress like you actually care. Listen, I'm not saying you need to wear a suit everywhere, but dressing well instantly gives you a confidence boost. It's like getting plus 10 charisma buff in real life. You don't need to look like you just walked off a fashion runway, but putting a little effort into how you present yourself makes a difference. If you're still rocking that "I got this free t-shirt at the pizza place" look, it's time for an upgrade. 4. Get a life. Here's a wild idea. Become an interesting person. If your hobbies consist of binge watching Netflix and eating cereal straight from the box, it's time for a change. Confidence comes from having something to talk about, from doing things. Take up a new hobby, go on some adventures, and get some stories that don't involve leveling up in video games. Trust me, people wanna hear about your real-life experiences, not how you beat the final boss in The Legend of Zelda. 5. Confidence is a journey, not a destination. So here's the deal. Confidence isn't some magic potion you drink and suddenly turn into a suave, smooth-talking Casanova. It's more like long road trip where you're probably gonna get lost a few times, stop for snacks way too often, and maybe even end up at that weird road trip diner with the questionable health rating. But hey, every bump in the road is just part of your adventure. The key takeaway here is that you have to embrace the awkwardness and the fails along the way. Those moments become hilarious stories you can share at parties. The next time you find yourself face planting in front of a crowd, just think of it as another step toward building confidence. Or as I like to call it, social acting. You won't be a great actor overnight. It takes a lot of practice. If you like this video, hit the like and the subscribe button, because I've got plenty more awkward adventures and nuggets of wisdom coming your way. And as always, remember, stay confident, or at least act like it until you feel it.